Meanwhile, Texas Governor Greg Abbott asking Texans to assist in rebuilding each other's lives following this weekend's deadly tornado outbreak.
We as Texans, especially the folks here in East Texas, we come together and respond to challenges like this and help our neighbors. Now is the time for us Texans to come together and help our fellow Texans rebuild their lives.
One building in need of repair is the St. John the Evangelical Church in Emory.
But the real story is about what the twister could not damage, the faith of the people who found shelter in the hallways of the church.
Joining us now is Monica Hughes, a church volunteer who was in that church that night. Thank you so much for being here, Monica.
Good morning.
Good morning. So grateful to be here.
It's great to have you. So you knew that there was a big storm outside, but generally, I grew up in Tornado Alley. I know, Monica, they always say, you know, a church, a big school, one of the safest places you could be. So you just kept your meeting, right?
That's correct. It was actually a special dinner honoring the graduating seniors from our community.
Okay.
So I know 50 of you survived, and we're understanding that the walls of the church were ripped down. What do you give credit to?
Oh, well, there's no doubt. Christ was leaning over us, protecting us, helping us hold the doors closed to the hallway that we were in, and telling us that it was going to be okay, that he had us.
Describe the damage.
Oh, it was when the storm hit, when we were in the hallway, you could the pressure dropped, your ears popped, the air got very thick. It was difficult to breathe, and the roof, it came off in one big sheet, and then things just were flying and smashing into the doors and the walls, and all of the walls of the building from the front of us to the back of us we could see were gone.
Monica,
and the only Go ahead.
Was there a warning? You know, as a meteorologist, we try to make sure that people are aware of the situation with watches and warnings. Did you hear a warning? Were there sirens going off?
We don't have a siren system in our little town, but several people did get warnings on our cell phones. More of, you know, it's possible, not I guess, watches versus warning. It was a phone call from a friend that made us go take cover.
Yeah. All right, so Monica, when you got that phone call from the friend, what happened after that? Y'all were actually in the sanctuary at the time when you got that warning?
We were actually in the fellowship hall having dinner with some guest speakers, and I almost didn't answer the phone when she called because, you know, we had some speakers, and I knew she knew what was going on, and so I knew she wouldn't call unless it was important. So I took the call, and she just encouraged us to look at the radar and, you know, decide what to do. And of course, when we tried to pull the radar up on our phones, it wouldn't come up on our cell phones at that moment. We'd been watching it throughout the evening, but at that moment it wouldn't come up. So I just made the decision, told my husband, I think we need to move everyone into a safer place. Well, and I just asked the room to move into the hallway.
That was a great decision. Monica, when you look at the images of the roof torn off the sanctuary and all the debris and all the devastation, how did nobody get hurt?
It's the grace of God. It's simply the grace of God. You know, we were in the one space in that building that was not fully exposed to the outside when it was over.
EF3 tornado, 130 to 160 miles per hour.
Yeah. Well, Monica, thank you for sharing that story. That is unbelievable. Nearly 50 people were spared in your church on that day, not a scratch. Meanwhile, 13 people died as a result of these tornadoes. So God bless you. Thank you for sharing that story with us.
And our prayers are with them.
Yes, absolutely.
There you've got Monica Hughes, a church volunteer at St. John's Church in Emory, Texas.